Melody, Shari, and LaTisha Scott never meant to become enemies. In fact, when Love and Marriage Huntsville first hit TV screens, they stood side by side. Viewers saw two confident, successful Black women who seemed to have it all: thriving businesses, supportive husbands, and a powerful friendship that looked unbreakable. They represented ambition, grace, and sisterhood. For many fans, they were living proof that strong women could support one another while chasing their dreams on reality television. But like many things that look perfect on the surface, there were problems quietly growing underneath. And now, those small issues have turned into a full-blown divide. One filled with pain, broken trust, and even children caught in the middle. This isn't just another TV drama. What's happening between Melody and LaTisha has taken a much deeper and more emotional turn. Their fallout shows how rumors and gossip, when left unchecked, can go beyond entertainment and start tearing real lives apart. LaTisha recently opened up about the toll this drama has taken on her family. According to her, her children were teased at school because of cheating rumors surrounding their father, LaTisha Scott. These weren't just harmless whispers. They were accusations that made their way into classrooms and playgrounds, affecting innocent kids. LaTisha doesn't point the finger at the internet, the blogs, or even her husband. She believes the source of all this is Melody Shari. To understand why LaTisha is so upset, you have to go back a few years. At that time, Melody's own marriage to Martell Holt was falling apart, and it was playing out in public. Martell's affair became a huge scandal, and Melody, deeply hurt, chose not to stay silent. She began speaking out about how women are expected to protect men who betray them. She also claimed that many of the so-called perfect marriages on the show were not real at all. Melody never named names directly, but her words left fans guessing. She would drop vague but powerful lines like, "If some of these husbands' phones got unlocked, a lot of these brands would collapse." That single quote went viral. Suddenly, people started looking at Marceau. Bloggers went digging. Fans started analyzing episodes, rewinding scenes, reading body language, even examining how Marceau laughed, all trying to find clues. Every time Melody posted something cryptic or made a sharp comment, it felt like she was fanning the flames. She didn't accuse anyone outright, but her subtle digs made fans believe she was hinting at the Scotts. Melody saw these as truths that needed to be said. But to LaTisha, it felt like a deep betrayal, especially since she had supported Melody through her own heartbreak. LaTisha had stood by her when Martell was unfaithful, and to then see Melody plant seeds of doubt about her husband? That crossed a line. Still, LaTisha tried to stay calm. She tried to act like it didn't bother her. But the whispers wouldn't stop. People online were saying Marceau was cheating, that LaTisha was in denial, that their marriage would be the next to fall apart. Their public image had always been built on strength, unity, and resilience. But on reality TV, perception often becomes truth. And every time Marceau tried to joke about the rumors, saying things like, "Men don't cheat, we're just doing research," it didn't come off as funny. It came off as arrogant and dismissive. Fans didn't laugh. They cringed. To many, it felt like he wasn't taking the situation seriously at all. At the same time, Melody kept posting her thoughtful, indirect messages, the kind that get thousands of comments and spark endless debates online. Each one seemed to support the rumors, even if she never said anything directly. The result? LaTisha was left in the middle of a storm she couldn't stop. What truly broke her was when her children came home and asked her if the gossip was true. They had seen clips online. Other kids at school were talking. And now, what started as TV drama had become a real-life nightmare. At that point, LaTisha couldn't hold it in anymore. She spoke out, frustrated, hurt, and angry. "Adults can go back and forth all day," she said. "But when my children are being dragged into it, that's where I draw the line." Her pain wasn't just about defending her husband anymore. It was about protecting her family. Meanwhile, Melody insists she hasn't crossed any lines. She says she's only ever spoken her truth, not started rumors. And maybe that's what makes this feud so heartbreaking. Both women believe they're right. LaTisha sees herself as a mother trying to protect her kids from public embarrassment. Melody sees herself as a woman refusing to stay silent or fake perfection. And the truth? It probably lies somewhere in the middle. This situation is less about who cheated, and more about what happens when fame, pride, and public opinion start chipping away at real relationships. In Love and Marriage, Huntsville, silence can speak louder than apologies. and Marceau is an expert at silence. He doesn't argue, he smiles. He shrugs things off. That calm, almost smug grin of his has become both a defense and a trigger. Some fans admire his cool confidence. Others say it's the face of someone who knows how to avoid consequences. But when you're dealing with your wife's reputation, your children's mental health, and your family's public image, those jokes and that smile don't hit the same. LaTisha is left picking up the pieces. She's the one crying online, the one defending her marriage, the one trying to hold everything together while her husband plays it cool. And according to people close to them, what's shown on TV is only part of the story. Behind closed doors, the arguments are more heated. The emotions run deeper. And LaTisha is tired. Tired of being the strong one. Tired of pretending it doesn't hurt. Tired of keeping quiet while her family is falling apart under the weight of whispers and speculation. To make matters worse, the internet doesn't forget. Every few months, another blurry photo, a screenshot, or a random DM appears, and the rumors start all over again. Even if it's all fake, the damage is real. You can delete a post, but you can't erase the memory of your child crying because someone said their dad cheated, and they saw it on TV. Through all of this, Melody continues to focus on her own journey. But the fallout between her and LaTisha is a reminder of something deeper. How quickly real friendships can crumble when trust is lost, and how reality TV doesn't just entertain viewers. It changes lives, and not always for the better. Even though her career is going strong, her personal life has become a magnet for drama. Professionally, she's thriving, putting out new music, starting fresh projects, and showing up with a renewed energy. But when it comes to her private world, things are far more complicated. She's admired by many for staying strong after facing betrayal, especially as a woman who didn't let it break her. But at the same time, there are people who see her as messy and calculated, someone who holds on to the past instead of moving forward. She insists she's moved on and says her focus is now on what lies ahead. Still, her name keeps being brought up in conversations about the past, especially whenever people mention the drama with the Scotts. Every time she posts something online, people read between the lines. A simple caption is treated like a secret message. Fans and followers overanalyze her every move. If she posts something about karma, people instantly assume she's talking about LaTisha. When she tweets about fake relationships or shady friendships, people tag Morrow right away. The cycle keeps spinning. And honestly, neither side seems able or willing to stop it. Producers of the show absolutely love the drama. It keeps people watching. Every reunion episode feels like a boxing match, and the audience waits to see who's going to crack first. But what the cameras don't show is the emotional damage happening behind the scenes. What started as a show about love, success, and friendships has turned into a battlefield. Close bonds have been broken. Reputations are in pieces, and underneath the glamorous surface, there's a lot of pain. Fans want to see something real. But what's actually going on is darker than most could imagine. LaTisha, once known for being calm and respectful, has changed. She's tougher now. Her words have more bite, and her patience has worn thin. She's learned how to clap back. She can match Melody's confidence with her own fire and presence. But the truth is, her strength comes from what she's had to survive. She's carrying pain that few people really understand. It's hard to stand by someone when you're not even sure if they deserve it. People close to LaTisha say she still believes in her marriage, but she's no longer quick to trust. Every unanswered text, every mysterious trip, and every missed call stays in her mind. It all leaves a mark. As for Marcel, he appears calm and collected. He's smart with his words and plays the long game. He often says his marriage is strong and that he and LaTisha are deeply connected. But viewers have seen enough reality TV to know that things aren't always what they seem. When a man starts paying more attention to how he looks than to his responsibilities, the truth usually comes out sooner or later. And in a place like Huntsville, the truth doesn't slip out quietly. It blows up. The tension in this town now mirrors something bigger. It's about how pride and the need to look perfect can turn real-life problems into something out of a nightmare. What started as two women trying to balance fame has become something much deeper, almost like a case study in how reality TV can twist people's emotions and personal stories. Every fight becomes entertainment. Every tear leads to a meme. Every personal pain becomes a public talking point. LaTisha and Melody might not even realize that their stories have grown beyond simple rivalries and gossip. This is about what happens when your personal truth is turned into a show for others to watch. And while they smile for the cameras and walk with confidence, both of them are tired. Very tired. Sources close to LaTisha say that behind closed doors, she's struggling to hold it all together. She looks strong on screen, but she's worn out from trying to be everything: mother, wife, defender, and public figure. Every interview feels like an interrogation. Every photo gets picked apart. If she smiles with her husband, people say she's faking it. If she misses a taping, they claim her marriage is falling apart. That's the downside of fame, where no matter what you do, people think they know better. You stop being seen as a real person. On the flip side, Melody has mastered how to control the story without saying much at all. She rarely fights directly anymore. Instead, she lets subtle messages do the work. A vague caption, a mysterious lyric, or a well-timed pause in an interview is enough to get people talking. She's become a pro at sending hidden messages. That's why she gets so much attention. She knows how to keep people guessing. But that power comes with a price. People call her the Queen of Shade, the kind of woman who can damage someone's reputation without saying a word. Whether or not that's fair, it keeps her locked in the image the world has given her. She's not just the ex-wife anymore. She's seen as someone who's not only hurt, but also dangerous. Someone always on the edge of chaos. Then there's Morrow, still charming, still quiet, and always offering just enough to keep people hooked. His silence has become his strategy. When fans demand answers, he dodges with clever remarks and never really gives a straight response. And that's where the heartbreak of this whole story lies. These are real people with real pain, trapped inside roles that keep them from healing. What once started as a show about love and building dreams has turned into a never-ending cycle of tension, assumptions, and hurt. The cameras might stop rolling at the end of the day, but the emotional wounds don't go away. This isn't just a reality show anymore. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when real life gets turned into entertainment, and the people living it don't get to turn it off. He often shows a thoughtful side, saying things like, "The truth is, whatever you believe might sound smart, but it's really empty." Lately, even people who usually stand by him are beginning to wonder what lies behind his calm and collected image. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's guilt, or maybe he's just tired. After all, putting on a brave face for too long isn't always strength. It's sometimes just a way to get by, and it's not just affecting him. The people around him are feeling the pressure too. Friends and co-stars have started to act carefully, almost like they're afraid to step out of line. They're walking on eggshells, not wanting to become part of the drama. Relationships that used to be real and rooted in trust now feel more like business deals. Friendships are formed to support a storyline, not out of genuine care or loyalty. Behind the scenes, it's a whole different world. Producers, bloggers, and fans keep the cycle going. Every argument, every tear, every emotional moment is turned into content. A breakdown becomes a trending clip. What started out as a show about love, dreams, and personal growth has started to fall apart. It's like watching something beautiful slowly break, with each person just trying to hold on to their self-respect in a space that seems designed to tear it down. But underneath all the drama, there's a quiet truth people tend to forget. Both Melody and LaTisha once wanted the same thing, to be respected. They just chose different paths to get there. Melody fights by calling out what she sees as lies and double standards. LaTisha, on the other hand, fights by protecting her family, doing whatever it takes to keep her home life together. And that's where the real tragedy lies, in the space between them. These two women, who once had the potential to be an unstoppable team, are now locked in a silent battle. A cold war where neither side can truly win. What happens next depends on whether they keep letting pride lead the way, or if someone finally decides to choose peace instead. If there's one thing we've learned from watching it all unfold in Huntsville, it's that the truth always comes out eventually. Secrets don't stay buried forever. Even if the cameras stop rolling or the show ends, the internet never forgets. Tweets, headlines, and viral clips become the final story people remember. And when your legacy is built online, the line between who's the villain and who's the victim isn't always clear. It's often decided by whoever shouts the loudest.